Hey everyone, welcome to the EarthX TV stage here at EarthX 2025 on Earth Day. My name is Dylan Welch, I'll be your host, and we have an amazing guest joining us, Doug Lynch of Filium. Let's give it up for Doug, everybody. What's up, man?
Good to see you.
You too, appreciate it.
Happy Earth Day.
Yeah, happy Earth Day. So can you please familiarize everyone with Filium and what you guys do?
Yeah, absolutely. So Filium Corp is a material science company. We can be applied to any textile, giving it supernatural properties, all to the highest levels of sustainability. So we believe we're a better performance technology for performance, sustainability, and wellness for any type of textile that touches your skin.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know a lot about performance. Tell us a little bit about your background. Let's bring it way back. How did you kind of start your career before you started working with Filium?
So I was unfortunately, a professional ice hockey player for 14 years. Yes, my teeth are fake. I grew up in Vancouver, Canada. We all start skating by the time we're born. And I did that for 14 years, 11 cities, 4 countries. Wow. So I retired from there. I ended up moving to China and ran the NHL in China for 2 years, leading to the 2018 Beijing Olympics. Mm-hmm. There's more children under 10 than people in the United States in China. So I was there for 2 years helping grow the NHL and run the grassroots hockey program, moved back to Portland, Oregon, and fell into the textile space because I was running a consulting company, and a lot of the kids I taught, their parents worked for Nike.
So Doug, 14 years in a hockey career. Tell us a little bit about that and some of the highlights you experienced.
Yeah, so some of the highlights was I was fortunate enough to win 7 championships. A lot of people play high-level sports and don't have the ability to win, or the timing doesn't work out. You have the right mix of people. So I won 7 championships in 3 countries. I scored 2 overtime winning championship goals, which is exciting.
Wow.
I played a couple games in NHL. I played with my 3 younger brothers. We actually set a professional ice hockey record. That's never happened before, 4 brothers in the same team in the same game.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and then again, seeing the world, building relationships. It's always fortunate when you can travel for work, and really taking that into my next career as an entrepreneur and understanding the value of teamwork. And I remember I was 17 and we won the Memorial Cup, which is the hardest trophy to win in hockey. And we had 17 players drafted, 3 players signed as free agents. So out of the 22 players, 20 of us had a chance to go on for a pro career because we won. And so understanding that as a collective, everybody might want to win for different reasons, but if you can pull together and win as a team, everybody wins as individuals. So it taught me that really early on, the importance of team and bringing that team together and making sure that everyone's pulling that right direction.
So at what point did you kind of realize, okay, I'm ready to transition from a hockey career into the professional world, and what was that like for you?
Yeah, it was really hard. I got old, you get fat, like I was 32 and I couldn't play anymore. And you got a bunch of injuries, you slow down and you realize that there's going to be a life after hockey. For some of us, a lot of the 1% of the 1% sign contracts where they can retire. I was not one of those players. And then recognizing that I didn't want to, again, I played 11 cities, 14 years, 4 countries, and I didn't want to go into the coaching ranks and do the same thing again. I wanted to control my own schedule, control my own life, set and pick. As an athlete, you're told when to show up, what your body fat needs to be, your bench press, all the metrics, and you're owned by an organization. I got traded 4 times, signed as free agents 3 times, so you don't really have much control. So my second life, I want to take that control on. So I love pressure. I love being the person to deliver. I believe pressure is a privilege. So as an entrepreneur, I've taken a lot of those soft skills into the next life that I didn't really realize. I have a high school education. I'm a total idiot. But I just you just keep surrounding yourself by people that are better, smarter, that you can learn from, and it's amazing. I'm talking to you now.
When you were playing hockey, were you thinking about that? No, not at all.
No, you've got to stay.
Moment.
Yeah, it's hard. You talk about people in the twilight of their career, focusing on life after their sport. You can't do it. You have to be so dialed in at the moment with everything you're doing. You know that it's coming, but you can't focus on that because it's going to take the attention away from the present. And that level that I attained, and I was there for a short period of time, you've got 100, 200 people taking your job. And I remember I told this story. So I was coaching these kids, and one of the dads came up to me and said, "Have you ever played with a concussion?" Well, first of all, the era I played, that was called getting your bell rung. So I've had 6 or 8 concussions, but we weren't diagnosed as concussions. So the gentleman, I said, well, what do you do for work, sir? He's like, I'm in accounting. I said, okay, how sick or injured would you have to be to not go to work today, knowing that you have 50 people that could do what you do, and the productivity would not change? But now all of a sudden you got a mortgage, you got kids at home, and you come back because you're healthy again to sit in your desk, and the boss is like, well, everything's been fine the last week without you here. We're just gonna keep going the way we are now. Like, that was my life for 14 years. So you take that kind of grit and determination into whatever career is gonna be coming after that.
So tell us a little bit about that transition from your professional hockey career to working with Filium.
So I was in Portland, Oregon, where I retired, and I got to know some high-level people that worked at Nike, and I was down this rabbit hole of diet and nutrition through post-playing career, eating less meat, trying to remove a lot of the inflammation in my body that I went through for as long as I played, and started researching sustainable agriculture. And then that weirdly took me into the polyester synthetic route. And a lot of people don't recognize, and I didn't know for years, that we're wearing oil and plastic against our skin if anything that's made out of polyester. And so that didn't feel like that should be what I'm doing, especially now as a non-athlete. So then that coincided with meeting a lot of people at Nike, because that's headquarters in Beaverton, Oregon. I was 15 minutes away from my house, and started kind of researching textiles, materials. I had lots of great people that I could talk to about it at the rink after I was done coaching, and end up meeting the gentleman, Raj Shah, that started Fillium. He's a scientist, he's in Seattle, Washington. And he was looking at someone to take this into with pro sports, pro athletes. And while I know those people, I don't know textiles. And so it's kind of this perfect marriage of the two of us coming together. And then that was 7 years ago. And I created an apparel brand called Zenkai Sports. I was the first one to license that technology. And so it's never been available to the public. And I grew that for 5 years during the pandemic. And then that got acquired last year, and now I'm running Filium Corp. I just keep fooling people every day.
Nice. No, that's amazing to hear kind of that partnership of where you each have your different specialties, and obviously with your career, playing sports and being athletic, you have those connections. So that lined up perfect. Tell us a little bit about, I know there's a ton of sustainable aspects that you guys have really been working on. So tell us a little bit about those and some things of Filium that, are good for the environment.
Well, all of us inherently want to be surrounded by natural materials, whether we know it or not. You get home from a long day of work, you don't put on a synthetic workout shirt. You put on that hoodie from college. You put on that t-shirt you've had for 20 years that's out of cotton, that's super buttery and soft. So all of us deep down want to be surrounded by natural materials. However, natural materials haven't been considered performance fabrics. So you get a cotton t-shirt, it's thick, it's heavy, it saturates with water or sweat. So with our technology, we can be applied to any natural material, giving it supernatural properties. So now you can take a really buttery cotton modal spandex or just cotton modal blend of a fabric and make it a performance fabric, where you can hike, bike, snow ski, in a natural fabric that's better for your skin and better for the planet. So for our company, being a material science company, we are now activating natural fabrics so you can wear them in a performance setting.
And then there's also the aspect of you can kind of wear it multiple times as well, right? To cut down on the washing cycle.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that as well.
Yeah, so we say we have a 4-in-1 technology. So part of the technology is keeping you cooler for longer. It's the science of sweat's called thermoregulation. So we're supposed to sweat, and our sweat's supposed to dissipate naturally off our skin. Moisture wicking or dry fit are just marketing terms made up by arguably some of the greatest marketing companies in the world, the Nikes, the Under Armours. So for us, you want to have a thin layer of sweat on your skin that evaporates naturally in the environment, not from your garment. So wicking pulls a sweat to your t-shirt or your hoodie, and it evaporates from there, which is less effective. And then with us repelling, we also repel odor and stains. So you can wear the same shirt 4 or 5 days in a row, no smell. So we're perfect for like camping, hunting, outdoors, the rock climbing community, anybody that wants to go into nature, not have to launder anything. But then you take it into applications where we're outfitting some major corporations, so we can quantify a water savings. And now we're finding out, we're doing some studies, and we're saving some companies 110 million gallons of fresh water just by not laundering their uniforms 1 extra time per week.
Wow.
So if you have 4 or 5 companies doing that, and you're now saving 1 billion gallons of fresh water a year, it starts adding up. And fresh water is, I think, take it for granted a little bit, and I want to make sure in the future that we're part of the risk mitigation for our future generations, laundering less, and not only that, if you live in a city like New York where maybe every person doesn't have a laundry machine, a washing machine in their home. So it's very convenient for travel, cutting down carbon savings for travel. So we have a lot of different technology and use cases, and for us, it's exciting being in so many different industries.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about the industries you're working with. I know you have some really cool partnerships with some big organizations.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, so kind of do what you know. So I started in more of the sports performance brands and industries. So we're now in fishing and hunting with Hook and Nomad. We're in golf with 1764 Golf, which is the largest golf subscription company in the world. We've recently signed North Face. So it's fun talking with Hap the last couple of days. He's not involved day to day, of course, anymore, but he knows all the people we're doing a deal with. We're talking.
So for don't mean to interrupt, the North Face, are they using your fabrics for some of their products?
Yes, so we're going to launch, I believe, with short sleeve and long sleeve t-shirts for hiking, camping, more of that type of material. We always suggest for brands to start small and do something very, very basic, like a t-shirt or a hoodie. And from there we can expand to go anywhere. They've even already asked us how to do sleeping bags. You know, if it's dewy morning and it's wet, or if you don't shower every day if you're camping, you want to repel the smoke from the fire, the odor. So for us, that's a perfect case study for us.
That's amazing.
The outdoor industry is one, besides the sports, the Nikes, the Adidas, the Lulus, the Alos, the Vioris, the outdoor space is really important for us as well.
So what's the future of Filium? Where do you kind of see it going in the next year, 5 years, 10 years?
What's really interesting, Dylan, is we can be applied to around $1 trillion total addressable market. So we're now getting into chef coats, into culinary. So think about a conference like this and you have a tablecloth for 2 or 3 days. If it repelled everything, odor, as well as stains, white wine, coffee, and less laundering's required because you use the same tablecloth for 2 or 3 days, like now times that by the thousands of conferences. So for us, getting into bed sheets, pillowcases, culinary, chef coats, server outfits. So for us, my biggest challenge is not getting distracted because every day someone's phoning me to do something different, and we can do it all, but we can't do it all in the short term. So really staying focused, staying laser focused on a certain core competency for us, and then from there watching it kind of grow. So for us, this year will be extremely fun because we're launching about 12 brands. A lot of you probably have them on or in your closet. So you'll start seeing us everywhere. And then for the first time, people are starting to call me, which is exciting because for a year and a half, I've just been cold calling and who the hell are you? And well, I'm a nobody, but I have something you might want. And now when other people see them having it, it makes my job a little bit easier.
Well, Doug, thank you so much for being here, for everything you're doing. Congratulations on the successful hockey career and the pivot into the business world. Really appreciate everything you're doing.
Great. Thanks,
Dylan.
Dylan.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thanks for being here.